Jordan spent $312 at 1:07 a.m. And when he woke up, it didn't even feel like his decision. No excitement, no regret, just a quiet receipt sitting in his email, like evidence of something he doesn't remember choosing. And that's the part that's unsettling. Not the amount, not the timing, the fact that it happened so fast. He never even felt the moment. So let me ask you something. Just be honest for a second. How many times have you bought something this week and moved on so quickly it barely registered? No pause, no thought, just done. I'm Chris, and I talk about problems you live with every day, but don't always notice while they're happening. And this one, it's not loud. It doesn't warn you. It just quietly slips through your fingers. Let me tell you about someone I know. Meet Jordan. Lives in the US. Regular life, regular routine, nothing extreme. His day starts like most people's. Alarm, scroll, coffee. Except he doesn't even get the coffee. He orders it, a few taps, and it's on the way. Lunch, same thing. Dinner, even faster. Packages show up at his door, and half the time, he pauses for a second like, wait, when did I order this? But it never felt like a problem, because nothing felt out of control. There were no big mistakes, no shocking purchases, just small things, spread across the day, a few dollars here, a random item there, something late at night when he couldn't sleep. Each one felt harmless, and that's exactly why they kept happening, because nothing about it felt serious enough to stop. Until one night, he was lying in bed, not really tired, just stuck in that in-between state, scrolling without purpose, not looking for anything, just letting time pass. Something popped up, not important, not planned, but interesting enough for a second. He tapped it, looked at it, and without thinking, he bought it. Done. Less than a second. And right after, there was this tiny, uncomfortable silence. Not regret, not guilt, just this strange thought. That was way too easy. He stared at his phone for a moment longer than usual, because it didn't feel like he made a decision. It felt like the decision happened before he could even notice it. And that feeling stayed with him, not loudly, just quietly sitting in the background. So the next morning, he didn't make a big promise. He didn't say, I'm going to stop spending. He just did something small. He turned off one-click buy, removed his saved cards, deleted autofill. That's it. No big system, no strict rules, just made it slower. And honestly, it felt annoying, like he had made life harder for no reason. Later that day, he opened an app, saw something he liked, added it to his cart, went to check out, and paused. Because now, it wasn't instant anymore. Now there were steps. Typing card details, checking numbers, taking time. And in those few seconds, something new appeared. A gap. A small space between wanting something and actually getting it. And inside that space, a simple question showed up. Do I actually want this, or did it just grab my attention for a moment? He looked at the screen, and slowly, he closed it. No pressure, no effort, just didn't feel like finishing it. That moment was small, but it felt different. The next few days felt even stranger. Not difficult, just slower. He kept reaching that same point, checkout, and every time that gap was there, waiting. Sometimes he still bought things, but a lot of times he didn't. Not because he was trying to be better, but because the feeling didn't last long enough anymore. That quick spark of, I want this, it faded before he could complete the purchase. And without that instant action, the urge lost its strength. That's when things started becoming clear. Not big dramatic realizations, just small, honest observations. Like how often he opened apps without thinking, how boredom turned into scrolling, and scrolling quietly turned into spending, how certain moments made everything feel worth buying. Late nights, stressful afternoons, lazy weekends. Before, those moments led straight to a purchase. Now, they led to a pause, and that pause changed everything. One evening, he was about to order food again. Same routine. Scroll, pick, check out, pause. He looked at the screen, and for the first time, he noticed the moment itself. Am I actually hungry or just trying to fill something else? He didn't answer right away. He just sat there, closed the app, and let the moment pass. That had never happened before, because before this, there was no time to notice. Weeks went by. Nothing on the outside looked different. Same job, same routine, same life. But something inside slowed down. His money didn't disappear the same way. Not because he became disciplined, not because he followed some strict plan, but because he stopped reacting instantly. That tiny delay, those extra few seconds, they gave him something he didn't even realize he was missing. A real choice. Not rushed, not automatic. A moment to actually decide. And once you feel that, you start seeing everything differently. How fast everything is designed to move. How quickly you're pushed to act. How easy it is to say yes without ever really thinking about it. And how most of your spending was never really a decision. It was just momentum. And here's what stayed with him the most. It was never about the money. It was about the moment before the money left, because that moment was missing. And once he got it back, everything changed. So if things feel off sometimes, if your money seems to disappear without a clear reason, don't try to control everything. Just slow it down, remove the speed, give yourself a few seconds back. That's where clarity shows up. That's where better decisions begin. And if this made you pause, even for a second, then you already see it. You can stay here. Subscribe if you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do, just to help you notice what's been happening all along.